Well, the wind is coming, the storm is already on the horizon, and it's time to leave. Should be a brisk sail. We're going downwind, luckily. Why is it always the captain that gets the hard job?
Because the captain has chosen this weather window to depart. It's raining cats and dogs. Well, it stopped now, but it was, I swear. And we have a very, very long passage ahead of us. We have roughly 300 miles all the way to Shelter Bay. We are unclear whether we will be able to stop in Escudo de Veraguas for overnighter, or whether we will have to power through all the way towards Shelter Bay. We will judge it on the conditions of the sea and the wind. But the weather forecast, it's not great. I think it's gonna be very, very wet.
Sadly, I have to agree, but at least we have some wind. Captain's got his priorities straight.
And guess what? We are heading to San Blas. Cannot wait. I just cannot wait to be there.
Yeah, it's time to find our first mate some more palm trees to hug. He ran out on Bocas.
And look at that, cruise ships come to Bocas del Toro now as well. I think it's going to be a roly-poly. We are still in Bocas Lagoon and not even on the ocean. It will be an interesting one. Problem is, it usually takes me a few passages to find my sea legs. And this is a long one.
Yeah, better hold on tight. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. I can already tell.
We've got just the 140% Genoa out, just the front sail, and we are going 6.5 knots. Thank God we did not put the main out, because we would have to be reefing already, and we've been on the way only for about 15 minutes.
Bocas doesn't know what's hit it.
Even Bocas is upset that we are leaving. They don't want us to leave.
Well, if that's the case, they're giving us a lot of wind to help us on our way. Mixed messages, I would say.
We're not doing that great with that rain. It's on and off, on and off. So we're gonna try to put some side covers and see whether we can keep dry. It's not totally waterproof, but it should help.
Well, that's the cockpit more or less watertight. This passage really isn't turning out how the captain planned it, so far anyway, but we're not out in the open ocean yet, so we've got everything to play for, and I'm still hopeful. Well, nothing else is going to plan on this passage, but fish on!
First of the season. Many to come. I swear it's because we are not towing the dinghy. Plus, SV Jubal gave me a new lure, and look at that. He never allows me to buy any new lures. So suddenly I'll have a beautiful, expensive new lure, and there's a massive fish. It's a Spanish mackerel, and it's really good size. Oh, I think, you know, it may be a wahoo. It's not Spanish mackerel. Well, there we go, first fish of the season. It definitely is not Spanish mackerel. God knows what it is. I think, maybe it is. It's got these little dots. Well, it's either Spanish mackerel or it's a wahoo. You tell me. Massive teeth. That's gonna be many, many dinners.
Well, we might be miserable for this passage, but at least we're gonna eat well. That's really made my day. Looking forward to that one. Well, the voyage so far hasn't gone exactly according to plan, I would say. The captain had a fantastic plan. We were gonna have just the right amount of wind from just over there, and instead we got a horrendous amount of swell from just over there. not so great as it goes. I'm still hoping that it's going to stabilize a little bit. We're working our way out into deeper water right now. We're in about 140 feet, and I think it's confusing this swell a little bit. It's big swell and it's coming from two different directions, so hopefully when we get to deeper water, at least it'll be a bit less rolly. In terms of positives though, let's go for the positives. Let's stay upbeat on this update. First mate caught an amazing fish, probably the biggest so far, one of the biggest so far, at least since Mexico, and the first of the season as soon as we got out into this deeper water. So that's fantastic. Still don't know what it is, but we'll work that out on the way. It looks like great meat. So at least we're going to be eating well. What else is positive? We do have probably about a knot of current with us, so that's fantastic. So we are making progress. We're moving in the right direction. We have about 109 miles to go to the mouth of the Chagres River, where we're hoping to tuck in and find some flat water. Sometime tomorrow, midday probably. Back on the negative side, sadly Peter has fallen victim to the seasickness. Passage has claimed its first casualty, so he's just lying down next to me and chilling out. Once I start blathering on, he'll probably try and get some sleep, which we find is the best cure for that kind of seasickness. Sadly, when you're processing the fish and doing the filleting, there's just no good place to do it on our boat. And when you're rolling around like this, it's a real recipe for seasickness. So he went down and put it in the freezer, finished the filleting, and came back up a little worse for wear. So hopefully after half an hour's rest and some sleep, he'll feel a lot better.
Got to say, that fish nearly killed me. I'm really struggling now. It's not terrible. I didn't puke or anything like that, but my stomach is just all over the place. And we all know who to blame, right? He promised the perfect weather window. Apparently we should go in one go. 30 hours, he said. Look at this. It's like a roller coaster. Need to find my sea legs. I'm not sure I will in this. Are we there yet? No. I'm boycotting the watches tonight. I've decided. I'm too ill for that. I'm sick.
He's been telling me all day he's not fit to work, and then he went and proved it when he caught that fish. Looks like I better get comfortable behind the wheel.
Well, good morning. I feel somewhat refreshed after this 24-hour passage. All hell is breaking loose right now. The captain has decided that we will attempt an entry to the Chagres River. I think it's too rolling for that, but hey, let's see, huh? Let's see whether this is the last of us. Just on the arrival, a massive squall has arrived.
I didn't think it was gonna get us, but it is. Yeah, there's really no guarantees for this time round with the entrance to the Chagres River. Our guidebook says it shouldn't be attempted when there is large swell, and certainly today there is large swell. But it's coming mainly from ahead of us, and that's going to get knocked out by the headland when we come to the entrance. We do have a little bit from behind that's going to stick with us, so it's just a question of putting our noses in the entrance and seeing what happens. Worst comes to worst, we beat a hasty retreat and go back to the safety of Shelter Bay.
Anyway, last night was okay-ish. We had some wind from about midnight all the way till 6 AM. I had the midnight until 4 AM slot, so that was nice. We were sailing. I can't wait to be there.
Me too. Bring it on. Nice calm flat river and some jungle to look at.
Not trying to be negative Nelly, but I don't think we have a chance.
Just need to get a little bit closer and we'll be sure. I think this headland is knocking out most of the swell. I can't see anything breaking ahead, but there is a bit of a following sea, so 50-50 at this stage.
This is much rougher than last time. Much.
Strategy is we're going to go to the opposite shore and follow that down, see how much of the swell it takes out. If it's a lot more calm over there, then I think we'll risk the entrance, and if it's just like this, then I think we're just going to have to turn back.
Or abandon the ship. Go neutral. So much floating debris here. Okay, go neutral now.
The headland has taken out most of the swell. Just got a few tree trunks and debris to navigate, and then we'll be lining up for the approach. We have a really shallow reef to avoid on the entrance, but I don't see any breaking swell against it, so so far so good.
There's some swell coming through, but nothing is breaking, so we should be just fine. Trust me, I can't wait to get the coffee on and have a breakfast. Because of my seasickness yesterday, I haven't eaten for about 22 hours. Think of the diet, huh?
Captain's been stuffing his face from the first mate's pre-prepared meals in the fridge. I'm alright.
He's been eating me food.
14 feet under us. This is one of the shallowest spots on the bar, so looking good so far.
Okay, we made it. All hail the captain. Oh, hang on, which one?
This one, of course, I knew would be fine, but I was a bit scared coming in and seeing that swell following us. Some of it was breaking on the beach the other side. Little bit stressful even for the captain. But here we go, flat water, beautiful jungle. Captain delivered.
He did this time. I'm just so weak after the passage that I just wanted to get somewhere safe and nice, but I am so glad we are here. I mean, look at it. This is our own Amazon River for the next few days. Fantastic for paddleboarding as well. I think we're gonna enjoy the paddleboards on the river. I am a bit dubious about the crocodile situation and whether they would go after a paddleboard or not, but you know, we will see. I send the captain ahead and we will see.
Ya soy alguien, batallé bastante desde morro bien movido. Las cosas salieron bien. Gracias a Dios ya ando bien vestido. Ahora en restaurantes finos y un deportivo también.
Okay, we are in third attempt of anchoring, but we will take it. It's really deep. We have anchored at 45 feet depth, and the bottom must be super muddy because we were going all over the place, but you know, it's a river. What's gonna happen?
Famous last words those, aren't they? Last time we were here we had some pretty powerful thunderstorms come through, I think, so that's what the captain's planning for.
Well, good morning from a paradise in this jungle. 6 AM, the noise is incredible. We're gonna go paddleboarding. Not sure if it's wise decision. We are presuming there are some crocodiles on the side, so we are gonna be keeping in the middle of the river, and we are gonna be going very fast. There's a lot of insects around here, so fingers crossed. If you don't see us again, you know what happened. You know whose idea that was.
Bye, have a nice paddle.
I'm waiting for you. Thing number one, don't fall in. When we look at it, we have to do it. You know, if people go snorkeling with sharks, why can't we go paddleboarding in inflatable paddleboards with crocodiles? Same thing, eh?
Good morning. Perfect morning for a paddle. Luckily the first mate's in first. No crocs so far. So beautiful.
Just saw a crab. See ya.
We can't have our wine costing more than our diesel.
Most of the time, the diesel tastes better.
Special thanks in this episode go to all of our patrons for fueling the captain's new cheap second mate fund.
Champagne for everyone.
But thank you so much, and here's to you. If you've been enjoying our episodes and want to fuel the first mate's bad behaviour in the Caribbean, then follow the link on screen to find out more. See you next time.